Hello, friends, and you are friends. Welcome to On Top of the World. I'm Joshua Hadley, and as always, I'm joined by the man of the hour, the man with the power to shoot the sour the woods, pet the men's regret, planet Earth. You still don't know what's coming yet.
Hello, hi, Justin here, joined with Joshua J. Hadley, and
And
hi,
we're started off with sad,
sad
sad
news,
news.
sad news.
Sad news. Sad.
Do you
I
want to tell
mean,
them or do I tell them?
tell him.
Okay,
Tell I
Kevin
can't
Conroy.
I can't handle it.
Yeah. Kevin Conroy, most known for voicing Batman in almost everything ever, has passed
Yep.
away. We just found the news just broke like 20 minutes before recording this. So I don't know like what happened exactly. I don't know how he passed away. But unfortunately, he has passed away.
I didn't even know he was sick.
Mm. Maybe it wasn't. We don't know what happened exactly. But rest in peace. For a lot of people, he was the definitive Batman. He was definitely, like, at the very least, the definitive animated Batman.
Well, I will always I like the actors that played the Joker, but Mark Hamill was the Joker to me the same way he was Batman to
Mm.
me.
Yeah. So sad news. Rest in peace, Mr. Conroy.
Rest in peace. So we just had the election.
Hmm.
We both
Rest in
live
peace,
in red
Texas as well.
states. Yeah. So, the results in Alaska were nothing's official yet. So far, last time I checked, only 80% votes were reported in, which is only the first round. Um, but it looks like Mike Dunleavy right now, which is 80% and has 52% of the vote to win outright in Alaska in round one. You need 50% of the votes plus one more vote. So it seems like he's gonna be governor for 4 more years. It really looked like Mike was in big trouble and wasn't gonna win like for the past few years. Dollar PFDs. It wasn't happening until finally this year he got the $3,000 PFDs. I'll give him that. He made that happen, and that's what he promised at the beginning. He finally delivered. So of course he was gonna win. I voted Bill Walker. I'm not happy that we're just blowing through the state savings just for a one time or not just a couple of $3,000 checks for the next few years. We blew through so far. We blew through 20,000. No, not 20 billion dollars in savings. If you look at PFD dot bot on Twitter, it posts
I
all the time what we're invested
personally,
in. Yeah.
personally, I prefer PF Chang's.
Well, I mean these checks are $3,000, so I
Mm.
think I think you'd like these much more if you got them.
That's about as much as PF Chang's cost. So.
Well, with the inflation how it is anymore.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's it's one of the reasons I'm glad we're getting out of here because in a couple of years, the state's gonna be in as much trouble as we're in right now. We're gonna be in deeper trouble when the state doesn't have any money to, any more savings to spend on. So they're gonna have to start taxing us. That's the governor's race. The Senate race, Kelly Tabasca, the Trump pick, is ahead right now, but it's only round one. And it doesn't look like anyone's gonna get over 50% in round one, so it's gonna look like it's gonna get in round two. I voted for Patricia Chesborough, the Democrat, but my second choice is Lisa. It looks like Pat and well, obviously Buzz Kelly is gonna be eliminated in the next rounds, and I believe most of Pat's votes are gonna go to Lisa. I think Lisa's gonna go back to Washington, which is not not the perfect result for me, but I think it's better than having election denier going to Congress. And as we only have one house race, so it's easy for me. I voted Mary Peltella as my first choice. She's not gonna win the first round, but right now she has 47% of the vote in the first round. Well, like Sarah Palin and Nick Begich have like 20% and the Libertarian Chris By has a couple thousand votes. You know, I think this is gonna be in the bag for Murray once it goes to either round two. Maybe it might go to round three. I don't think so though. I think once we go to round two, a lot of Nick Beggich's voters, if he when he gets eliminated, will go to her as it did in the special election. And we decided to go against a constitutional convention. I voted yes. I understand why people are iffy on it, but I believe in democracy, and I think people should get a voice on how things, what goes into the Constitution. What about in Texas? How did the election go over there for you,
Shit sucked. So,
man?
governor obviously still fucking Greg Abbott. Beto still can't fight. It was it says 99% reporting, so it's basically it's done. But Greg Abbott got 54.8%. Beto got 43.8%. So not super close. Um, so there was that. Lieutenant governor went to Dan Patrick. Mike Collier had 43.5%. It was a little closer for him because Dan had 53.8. Still not close, but slightly closer. Attorney General, more red. Ken Paxton, 53.5%. Beat Rochelle Garza, 43.6%. Agricultural Commissioner. I don't even know what that is, but fucking there's that. It's Sid Miller, another fucking Republican. The Comptroller, Glenn Higar, red. Don Buckingham, Land Commissioner, red. Railroad Commissioner, Wayne Christian, red. Fucking State Board of Education, District 6, that's my district. Will Hickman, red. And Jesse McClure, Texas Court of Criminal Appeals for place 6. And also, the House District for my dealio, 6, as I said. Oh, it's 6, it's really 6. District 6. Jake Elsley, another red guy, ran unopposed. So, yeah. All red.
I think
All red here.
you know, people were if you're I think a lot of people are surprised that recently Uvalde had the school shootings, and Greg Abbott, your governor there, who just you just said won his re-election. People are surprised that Uvalde went to Greg Abbott instead of Beto. Yeah, that is surprising on the surface, but I did think about this, and Beto, we like Beto because we do need someone who wants gun control, well, some kind of gun control. We're too crazy in this country. The AR-15 is more dangerous than a Tommy gun, and we can't get a Tommy gun or an automatic like that.
Beto has his issues, but he's like very passionate about gun control, which is
Yeah.
big for me. And of course, I'm in fucking Texas, so of course we're not gonna fucking elect somebody like that.
I'll say this though, people should want guns in Texas because you look what happened in Uvalde. The police didn't do jack shit. You really have to protect yourself out there. You can't trust the police to do anything for you. They're gonna save their own skin in any kind of fucking situation. Excuse the language, ladies and gentlemen, but that's just the truth. Look at the videos. You saw what happened. The police didn't do nothing. You're gonna anyone down there should have a gun or something. If you have a family or
Yeah, but the issue is that a lot
at least a bat to because the cops they ain't gonna do nothing.
The issue is that a lot of people down here are fucking crazy, so giving them guns is just gonna cause more problems.
True, that is true. I mean,
just look at who I fucking live with.
But as they say, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a bunch of cops that are gonna stand around. That's our state elections. We had our local elections back in October.
The one,
need to talk about
it's a good thing. Like, it went awful for fucking Texas, but overall, like, it was a lot more blue than expected.
Well, a few months ago, we were talking about a red wave, or we weren't talking about a red wave, but the
world was, yeah.
America. The polls showed that there was gonna be a red wave, and Then Roe v. Wade, they took away Roe v. Wade. They tried to take away abortion rights. They tried to stop Biden from pardoning weed offenses at the federal level. They tried to stop Biden's student debt relief program. And, well, I'm saying all the bad things Republicans did. Biden, he is the first president. He is the first president in decades to be onshoring jobs, not offshoring, onshoring jobs. He's bringing jobs from Taiwan to manufacture microchips in Texas. So he's the first president in decades to bring in jobs back to America. So we do have, not only that, like I mentioned, he's trying to do the weed pardons. He did the student debt relief program, and young people are the ones who made the difference. They came out and they did vote for Joe Biden, or not Joe Biden, but they did vote Democrat.
They voted blue, yeah.
So once it's crazy. You do something for the people, they're gonna come out and vote for you. Isn't that wild?
It's fucking crazy.
What a concept.
Crazy. What an idea there.
What an idea. It looks like the Democrats are gonna lose the House, which is what we've always predicted. But with how the race in Georgia is going, Warnock, I think he won a special election, a special election runoff to actually be the 50th vote, 50th, either 51 or 50th Democrat in the Senate so that Kamala could break the tie. It seems like he's gonna have to do it again in December when he goes in a runoff against Herschel Walker. He's done it before. Things keep coming out about Walker. All the abortions he paid for.
How is it close?
It's Georgia majority Trader Green won her election. She's going back to Congress.
How does this happen? I get that they don't, they're very red states, but they're so stupid. Both of them. Like, one of them has actual fucking brain damage, and the other one acts like she has actual brain damage.
I don't know how they're not embarrassed. I don't know how they, what does she actually get committee assignments in Congress? Does she? Is she bringing in the jobs? What does she do for her district that makes the people want to vote for her? I'm curious. Is it
maybe
she has the R?
Maybe Georgia has a fucking kink shame fetish.
Could be. It seems like Don DeCon,
that guy's pissed.
It seems like it. He said in an interview, I should get all the credit, but none of the blame. How wonderful the world works. The New York Post, they had on their cover, they had Trumpty Dumpty, and saying, I think you get the implication there, and that's owned by Rupert Murdoch, the guy who made Fox News.
To be fair, Trump did want a wall.
True.
He didn't say anything about sitting on it, but he did want one.
Well, you got any more comments on this election?
My main thing here is that I feel like it was overall good for America, not good for Texas.
We were gonna do a different kind of episode, a whole episode on a post-election mortem, but I found out one of the people I was watching a stream. We had a guest that was on the show. He was on a stream with an election denier and said nothing about the election denial. So, as far as I'm concerned, anyone who denies the 2020 election, you can go fuck yourself. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, he said it.
I said it.
He said it. And it was not our libertarian pal.
No. And
it was Abdul.
It was Abdul. If you need a smoking gun and this one thing happened, so we couldn't approve the election. Like, millions of people voted. Like, sorry, that's just what happened. Like if something happened or if there was a stealing, you should have more evidence than one smoking gun that was in on Rudy Giuliani's laptop. Just
Mm.
saying,
Mm.
just saying, and all the all the video evidence was BS anyway. It's people actually just doing their job, you know. They'll say, "Oh, here's this." Like it even happened to me when I was working for the state of Alaska. They said, "Look at this! Look at this! This is evidence. It's not. It's not. Sorry. Sorry. Uh, not. It's not
Trump
happening.
lost.
Nope.
Trump lost.
Trump
And he continues to
lost.
lose.
Yep. You know this is our politics segment. We talked about the election. Let's go to updates. What's going on with Gopher and Tuck?
Okay, so here on the Gopher and Tuck, I do have an actual couple updates here. Usually it's just me saying the same stuff I said previous week, but obviously still Kingdom Hearts 3 going up all throughout November, or Christmas stuff next month. Pokemon, right? As everybody knows, will be coming back to the YouTube right after Christmas. This will be our final randomized Nuzlocke of a mainline Pokemon game on YouTube. It'll be the final one because after this, like, it goes on to the Switch games, and there's no way for me to randomize those, so we can't do randomized Nuzlocks going forward for the mainline games. However, I am thinking about the possibility of continuing the yearly Pokemon series tradition with ROM hacks. So it'll be not official Pokemon games, but instead one of the or several as the years go on of the many ROM hacks that exist out there for Pokemon.
I'm gonna
And
say right here. I'm gonna
yeah.
say right here. If you don't got a game with Tally, I'm gonna call bullshit.
and
Continue. I'm sorry.
yeah. On Twitch, another Pokemon update here. As many know, there is a new Pokemon game coming out this week. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I will be getting the Violet one, Violet Edition. And for the first time, I will be streaming a Pokemon game brand new on Twitch. It won't be a Nuzlocke or anything like that. It'll just be a regular playthrough. This is my first time experiencing a new Pokemon game for the first time on the channel. I will be streaming it. So I will be starting it on the day that it comes out, which is next Friday, this upcoming Friday. 1 week as of recording this, but 6 days from this episode going up. It'll be at some point after Moose and I record next week's podcast. I will be going live for the first stream of Pokemon Violet, and then I'll be streaming it, maybe 2 or 3 times a week afterwards, in addition to the normal Gopher and Tuck streams and the Gopher and Juck streams, if they ever fucking start. We're supposed to start that this week. Return to doing those with me and Jeff with Dark Souls 3, starting that. But Jeff was sick. He's still sick at this moment. He's been sick since Tuesday. So we'll see how he's feeling next Tuesday. But yeah, plan is to do the Dark Souls 3 co-op deal with him at some fucking point, get that started. But then also Pokemon and the normal stuff. So got all that planned. A lot of Pokemon action going to be happening. And that's it for channel updates from me.
Hell, yeah. So I decided, I'm gonna do my own different show that hopefully we can keep the politics on there. I'll have the guests on there. I'll have the Joe Evans. I'll have the Robert Shields. And if William Pounds wants to be on that show, he can. That we're gonna be a lot more abrasive on Twitch. We don't need it on the Gopher and Tuck channel. It's not the vibe that we're going for there, right? And I decided my first stream, I just decided this yesterday, is gonna be me repairing my NESs. You can watch me do that.
Hmm.
Since we've already talked about the elections on the podcast, I don't need to do it again. That's gonna be my first stream. You can watch me do that.
When will they be able to watch you whip and watch you nay?
We're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to figure that
Okay.
out. And after I repair these things, they're going up on the website. It's not gonna be cheap. Like some of, I'm not gonna make deals because I have to physically open these up, clean them, replace parts. So I'm going to go I'm gonna go probably a little bit above or at where they're selling at eBay. Usually, I've been giving people the deals, going below. I'm putting too much work into just into these just to do that. So it's gonna be about what they are on eBay. But people want them. People have been messaging to me. So after I'm gonna get it done on stream, and after that, it's going up on the website. It's going up on Facebook, and yeah, if I got plenty of games. I'm not gonna sell them all because we do. I actually also got a new console, the Retron, so I could just plug it. I could plug that into the HDMI and play my NES games. I'm not selling my Final Fantasy. But I will sell my Urban Champion that has a case with it. It's Urban Champion, but if you want uh, uh a NES game with the case, this is your opportunity. You know, so yeah, that's the updates for me. www.joshuajhadley.com. I'll announce. I'm gonna. What I'm gonna. The one thing I'm gonna make sure to do when I do these streams is I'm not gonna be competitive with Gopher. So Gopher and I will never be streaming at the same time. I'm gonna try and make sure of that for sure. Yeah, that's the updates. So, while we get into questions,
Yeah,
or
let's answer some fan questions.
all right, this is okay. I'm looking at the name here. How do you pronounce this? It's spelled IAN.
I believe that is Ian. 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 It's Ian.
IAN
Ian.
from
Yeah.
IAN. Dear Gopher, is it true the GT in Dragon Ball GT stands for Gopher and Tuck? And he has a follow up. Is that why it sucked?
Yes and no. Okay, the reason it sucked is because fucking they came in right. They were like, "Hey guys, we got an idea for this Dragon Ball thing with you guys," and they're like, "Okay, cool, let's do that." And then when they fucking actually made it, they scrapped our characters. They kept our name in the title, they kept the GT in the title, but they completely scrapped our characters and changed everything.
Wow.
So that's why it
That's
sucks.
true. You guys weren't in there. That's true.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
supposed to be. We're supposed to be the main characters, and then they. I don't know why they scrapped that, but they kept the name. You know, it makes no sense.
You know, for real, Goku was supposed to be replaced as the main character
Yeah.
by Gohan, by Gopher, and now, as revealed here, by Gopher and Tuck, but they were too cowardly to even do that.
Too cowardly,
Wow.
and that's why it sucked. Not because of us. We were supposed to make it better, but then they just kicked us off the project.
Cowards.
Mm.
Cowards.
So there you go, Ian.
You know, it's like Hulk Hogan and late WWF. They keep going with it, and you know, it ended up being bad. Let's see. Alright, this is from Muffin, not from Drury Lane anymore. He moved.
Yes.
White man, which famous celebrity would you want to punch in the face?
Oh man, there's probably a healthy amount of options here. Um. So are we talking like just like which one do I dislike the most? I'd want to punch in the face, or like which one has the most punchable face?
Um, most the one you dislike the most. I guess for me it'd be maybe Kanye right now. I feel like he deserves a punch in the face.
Could be. I mean, there's people like Donald Trump. You know. Um. There's some fuckers out there, right? You know, Donald Trump, Kanye. Yeah. Yeah. But also like like how would Kanye react to you punching him in the face, right? Like what
Oh, you know, he'd like he'd start like Jewifying the Eskimos. You know, and say, you know, we're to blame for all the problems in the world.
mm,
just
in
just like
terms of somebody like who I would like to punch in the face and also who I think would be too much of a bitch to do anything about it, Elon Musk. I think
you
Elon
know,
Musk
and
is like right up
we
there
did
with that.
forget to talk about Elon in the politics segment, but there's some funny stuff I'd like to bring up after after Bluffing Gopher. You know, hilarious stuff that that slipped my mind, but you know, it's funny anyway. And funny enough that doesn't belong in the first segment of the show.
Yeah. So probably Ben Shapiro is another one. Although I don't know, I guess he counts as
Well,
celebrity.
you're gonna punch at him, but he's so short. You're gonna be throwing. You know,
Yeah, but then
you're missing.
I have the upper hand, or I have the higher ground in such
True,
case.
true.
So, so there's
That is
that.
important according to Star Wars lore.
That is very important. Yes, and War Stars. War Stars is a little different. Instead of being on the higher ground, you're supposed to be on the higher step. So it's a little different there, but still, it's important.
True, true. Thanks, Muffin, for sending in the questions. Let's see. This is from Patrick in Niagara. Is that how you say that country's name?
Niagara,
Nigeria. I
Nigeria.
think
Ah,
Nigeria. I'm sorry,
Nigeria.
Patrick in Nigeria. Dear Gopher, been a fan for a while, and I've just been wondering my whole entire life, how do birds actually pee?
They take aim at Brandon and just go to town.
I've been pooped on birds before, like
It's
they're
happened.
assholes.
It's happened to me once or twice in my life. Got the old bird poop on my shoulder.
Man, they got
You
me
know
in
what?
the
Yeah,
head.
I've. There's always people getting shit on by birds, but there's never like any stories about people getting pissed on by birds.
No, they probably pee the same way, when they're flying. They'll just,
Hmm.
let it go, let it go.
Are
I
they
guess.
frozen?
Well, some of them are now that they're here. Did you know the ravens here, the Telegucks, the way they keep warm is they just shiver constantly during the winter.
Ah,
Man, what a miserable life that
miserable,
is.
miserable. Well,
But hey,
Brandon will be happy about it, though. He wants birds to have miserable lives.
true.
Hmm.
I think it's time. Thanks, Patrick.
Yes,
In
thank you, Patrick.
Nigeria. Nigeria, that's how
Nigeria.
you pronounce that.
That's the one.
Thanks for the questions, everyone. Be sure to mail him at Gopher's address. He'll open them up. Or even better, just go to his house. Like get, like get write your questions down, roll it into a ball, put it into some kind of tie your messages with a brick and make sure to just throw it through his window and send it to him that way.
Alternative option. Get all your questions up. Get them all up. Put them in like a giant horse, like a giant wooden horse. Come up to my house, knock on the door, and then run away and leave the giant horse there. And naturally, I will be inclined to bring the giant horse into my house.
True, true. All right, it's time. Um, we're only doing an hour today. Gopher's very busy with all. He's a Twitch superstar. He's a
Yes.
YouTube superstar, so he doesn't have time for all of us. He's gotta go see his fans. Well, you are his fans. We got like 2 or 3 of my fans here. He's got to record. So we got time for one game today. We're playing Bluffing Gopher.
Bluffing Gopher. Will I be bluffed this time? Will I die?
So we got 3 headlines. 2 of them are real. One of them I made up.
Yes.
Gopher's gotta figure out in his mind. Well, not outside his mind. It'll help if he can think outside his mind.
Mm.
Which of these questions I've made up, and if he doesn't, he dies. And
Death.
just like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the plants will grow another Gopher. Then that Gopher will get a chance next week. Anyway, let's get to the questions. Or not questions. I'm sorry. Well,
Headlines.
we're gonna be He's gonna be questioning these headlines for
Yes.
sure. But let's get to the headlines.
Yes.
First headline:
First one.
TSA finds handgun hidden inside raw chicken in luggage at airport.
Okay.
Investigators cried foul after discovery.
Okay, with the pun. Why you gotta be doing that?
Well, you ready for the second one?
Yeah, give it to me.
National Park Service begs visitors, please stop licking these psychedelic toads.
Oh.
The Soaring Desert toad is very, very poisonous, but some people are willing to risk it anyway.
Gotta risk it for your biscuit, you know?
True. True. I mean, might be worth it.
Might be worth it.
Third headline: Representative Reince Reince Woodward. That's how you say it. Like, Woodward.
Reince?
That's his name.
Hmm.
Reince Woodward wins wins Oklahoma election after dying in October.
Oh,
The
man.
the popular Republican won his election by 68%. Although he will be unable to serve, this will lead to a special election in December.
Hmm. I know that somebody did win a thing after dying, but I don't know if that was the one or not. And like these are supposed to be recent headlines, right?
Yeah, these are all.
Because that was a little while ago. So that could be one where you're like taking something that did happen, but like changing it up just enough so that's a fake headline. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna say that one.
You got it.
Yeah.
And I stole it from I think it was a Democrat actually died and won his election, so that's gonna lead to a special election.
Well, there we go. I get to live another week.
Live another week.
I get to live long enough to stream to do the first Pokemon stream. Look at that.
Hell yeah. So we gotta talk about this idiot Elon Musk. I'm sorry, everyone, but you know it's like he's like the arch nemesis of this podcast, almost.
Man's out here doing his fucking damnedest to win at this Twitter destroying speedrun.
So he's losing advertisers. He's firing people left and right for. Sorry to burp there. He's firing people left and right. He's now he's saying Twitter needs like to fund the company like with a 50% subscription on a 50% subscription basis. So half people buying the verified blue check deal and half advertising. And it's going astray. You know, it's you know, you could if you have $8 on your debit card or your credit card, you can be verified. And people, you know, they've been having some fun with this. I think you must have seen this. The Nintendo's account, they decided to get verified and rename themselves Nintendo of America, and they just post like Mario flipping the bird.
You know. Did you know that George Washington came back to life? He's verified on Twitter, so it's definitely real.
Wow.
Yeah,
definitely true.
One of the things people point out is that you can pay the $8, and then if your account gets like suspended or whatever, you could like call your card company and get a refund.
Good.
Yes, there are people who are just like doing that and then fucking around with the thing and making Twitter, like fucking Twitter up even more, and then just getting their money back.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck Elon and this whole idea he had. Like, you know, Twitter. You know, it's always been a scam. You know, they say to some people, pay us like tens of thousands of dollars, you could be verified. Now it's like $8. So like anyone who's like had to go through like, you know, before you know, I thought about it and it was like a couple $100, and I decided, well, that ain't worth it. You know, I don't nearly have enough people following me. But you know, some people have done it. You know, Cornet, I know, got it for free because he had a Twitter employee listening to him, and they liked him enough that he got it for free. Some people, you know, before this, I've heard like it was a couple $100 to get a third party to do it, and I just found out like some people were paying the tens of thousands of dollars, or at least the offer was made. And now it's like $8. Like, what a load of shit, man. My favorite one of these that we've been talking about, these accounts that got verified and are pretending to be people, was the George W. Bush one, where someone is pretending to be George W. Bush and said, "Oh man, I miss killing Iraq." I think and I heard on I believe NPR, some it might have been NPR, or no, maybe no, it was like Keith Olbermann. I heard on Keith Olbermann's podcast Countdown. Someone pretended to be LeBron James and pretended they're making an offer to move to a different team and was getting thousands of retweets. Just fantastic stuff. Just
Yeah.
fantastic stuff.
The actual Ted Cruz, the real verified Ted Cruz tweeted, "The first time I entered my human wife, I said, groaning into her ear, this is exactly how mother said it would feel." There's a verified tweet from Ted Cruz.
Man, well, Ted.
There's also, I forgot what it was exactly, but there's like actual problems being caused in like the Vatican or something because of this.
Really?
Yeah, like there's like legitimate problems happening there because people are pretending to be like the Pope and other such figures.
Well, pretending to be the Pope, they're verified.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yes.
Well, do you know what they're saying on Twitter? The Pope, anyway.
I'm not sure. I just know there's some shit going on. Twitter is beyond fucked at this point, but it is fun to watch Elon waste
it is fun.
a shit ton of money.
It is fun.
Yeah.
The gamer lights made them money, but I think this Twitter thing. I think Elon knew maybe he figured out this isn't such a great idea. He tried to get out of it, but they're suing him, so he decided, well, all right, I will buy it. And Tesla stock is what did it lose half its value because he's selling it to get money?
Oh, Elon, you freak.
Oh, Elon. Well, hopefully this ends the idea that he's some kind of like genius.
He's so stupid. He's so stupid.
And why wouldn't he be? Like, what did he actually have to do to make money? I mean,
spend money that his parents gave him.
Yeah. I mean, he started out rich.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's Henry Ford or
Gopher of Gopher and Duck in like 10 years.
True. Yeah, he's not what, people will say, oh man, look at where he's gotten. Yeah, because he's part of the Lucky Sperm Club.
Yeah.
Man. Well, this is a video game channel, so I think it's time to talk about video games.
Yeah, what do we got in the docket today for video games?
I'll bring up a thing. You bring up a thing.
There's been some big releases this month. God of War Ragnarok came out. What was the other one? There was another big one that just happened as well. Obviously, Pokemon's coming out this week. Let me check real quick.
It's been announced. It's been announced coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2023. Coffee Talk Episode 2. Finally. Finally we get a sequel. The fans been demanding it. I really liked the first game. I actually got it on the Switch, and then I got it on the Xbox One. So I'm a fan of the game. Fuck you, RGT85. It's a great game, and I'm excited for it.
Sonic Frontiers. That's the other big one that just came out.
That's the Sonic game that just came out. People, so it's either when a Sonic game comes out, it's either like gonna be the worst goddamn thing you ever played, or it's gonna be decent to good. And people are liking it, it seems.
It's getting somewhat of a mixed reception, but it's like, it seems more people are on the side of thinking it's really good. There are some that don't, but it's for the most part, pretty good reception.
Here's why they don't like it. It's because like they can't like make their own Sonic characters like front, or what was that? What was the last one?
Yeah, the one that I played on my 12-hour birthday stream. Was that? Yeah, what the hell was that one? It wasn't
Sonic Forces.
Forces, yeah, that's the one. So, Sonic Frontiers came out, God of War Ragnarok came out, Among Us VR just came out, the VR version of Among Us.
Oh, the official one?
Yeah, the official Among Us VR, which I almost bought, but then I realized, like, who the fuck am I going to play that with? I don't have enough people to play regular Among Us with, let alone fucking VR one. see.
I could try. I could
Yeah.
try. Like I got a headset,
Oh, yeah. Goats.
and we played Town of Salem. That was kind of like that.
Yeah. Goat Simulator 3 comes out in less than a week. Got
Oh
that
damn.
fucking yeah, so that's coming out in less than a week. Day before Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that'll be coming out. Uh New Dark Pictures anthology game will be coming out same day as Pokemon. Miles Morales will be getting its PC port that day. A whole bunch of stuff
Oh
this
man.
month. Yeah. Whole
And
bunch of games.
Nintendo. Well, I talked about Coffee Talk episode 2. Nintendo did their ND a go go. No, that's not what it's called. Their ND showcase, and they're like I said, Coffee Talk was talked about. But there's also this new. We're getting a new Wrestle game, Wrestle Quest. With it's gonna have some famous wrestlers on there: Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and the most famous wrestler of all time,
Mhm.
your favorite wrestler, my favorite wrestler,
Everybody's
Jeff
favorite.
Jarrett will be in the game.
Jeffrey Jarrett in the game. He's EA Sports now because he's in the game.
True, true. There's been some controversy. Have you heard about this? Final Fantasy, what was it? We're at 16, I think. Yeah, 16. So it's gonna be filled with white people for some reason.
Oh, why are we getting white people?
It's set in medieval Europe. And that's their defense for this. They're saying, "Oh, this is the most realistic thing. Like there weren't black people there back then."
Hmm.
You know. Here's the thing. Like like you want all white people in your media thing that you're doing. Like you know, we got plenty of other things with like different types of characters. It's Final Fantasy, so we're trying to be realistic. Well, we got all these monsters and fantastic places you could go to because we're like basing off medieval Europe. And I looked at the trailer again, and they're gonna be in the desert. So we're talking medieval times, isn't it supposed? Wouldn't that be like they're in the I think, well, if we're talking medieval, that's too late for the Byzantine Empire. But I think so you're in the Ottoman Empire, and Gopher. I think if we went to Turkey, to Romania right now, I don't think we'd be running into like all white people or even mostly white people. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
My take on this. White people suck.
white people suck, and they're taking over Final Fantasy 16
Fuck
for
white
no
people
good reason.
without a condom.
Fuck white people without a condom, and then we'll make like half breeds. We're gonna piss off the Nazis because they're gonna say, "Oh, that's a half breed. They ain't white." They're dumb bullshit. um, so we're not gonna have time for TCM today. So let's keep talking video games. Um, this isn't um too much of a controversy, but apparently the people Activision hired to do their media, they're not doing scrums, but they're trying to talk to the media about doing their games. Apparently, they want consensual plagiarism. They're sending the media outlets, here's what you say about our game, and it's garbage.
Hmm.
And of course it would be. like stuff like yeah, put this on there, like the media, they want the people just to take this, post it online. It's like it's their articles they want say like, oh man, in this new Modern Warfare, was it 2? Modern Warfare 2, the remake, you get so many exciting options. There's campaign, there's multiplayer, it's wild. It's totally wild. Can you imagine actually like being in video game media and posting something like this? Like I swear, like if I saw that, like not knowing this was the deal, like how stupid is this? video game media is so bad, and I'm not talking, when I say video game media, I'm not talking about the video game. I'm talking about the coverage of video games. It's so bad. Often they just try and suck the dick of like the AAA companies and the big companies. They don't like how often if they're critical, it's because a game got bad reviews from the fans, or they really screwed up. They never talk about you know all the state things that the workers have to go through. They don't ever talk about the bad things that companies do. It's often just a puff. You know, maybe puff pieces are is too maybe that's going too far, but they don't really challenge them at all. It's often just hey, look at this game, and they're never critical of the companies in any way.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, in one of the articles that the Activision had this company send out to people, it's misspelt for one thing. So if you just do what if you just take it, you look stupid because of the misspellings. Um, but what's to talk about? Mess with your sensitivity, to get the best Modern Warfare 2 experience. Come on, dude. I don't know if you heard about that, but that's what's going on. Is there anything else going on in video? I got other things, but I'm wondering if you're interested in talking about anything else going on in video games right now.
And they're not really anything I know about personally, really. But what else do you have?
So talking about Activision, Microsoft is they revealed the big news, the big scoop that they lose money on every Xbox they sell, and they've told some outlets like the what's it, the Wall Street Journal, I believe, that every Xbox they sell, they lose like $200. Big shocker, big shocker. It's not like for 34, maybe 40 years, over 40 years now. Actually, the Atari 2600 came out in 1977. For over 40 years, they sell these consoles at a loss and expect to make the money selling the games.
Yeah,
Who would have known?
games, and
Who
for
would have known?
Xbox as well, it's the subscription for Game Pass.
Yeah, so so Xbox, they, ladies and gentlemen, they revealed they sell the console at a loss and expect to make the money on the games. They have the subscription services. There's Live, there's Game Pass. Here's the reason they're coming out with this. They really badly want to buy Activision. They want to buy it, and is that really good? But is that really a good thing to have such a huge monopoly? People are worried once they have Activision, that the PlayStation won't get the Call of Duty games anymore, and whatever else Activision owns. It's they'll you know I'm sorry. Microsoft did buy Mojang. They said we're not gonna make Minecraft Xbox exclusive, and they haven't done it, to their credit. If you own a PlayStation, you own a Nintendo, you could buy Minecraft on those consoles. The thing is, what Microsoft wants to edge on is if they own these games, they can put them on Game Pass, and that makes that look very attractive, and they want more people buying it. That I mean, wouldn't that be a what if you could I don't think you're buying any of the Call of Duty games, but if you can get on Game Pass, I bet you'll download it and play it, right?
Probably not the multiplayer, but I would do the campaigns.
Ah man, you don't want to play with all the 12-year-olds yelling at you and calling you names and stuff.
I don't. I'm not a fan of first person, for the most case, first person shooters online. But I do like the campaigns for Call of Duty games.
Um, I'll say this: I'm insulting the children. I don't like playing with them on Call of Duty, but I do enjoy playing with them time to time on Fortnite. They're not always a pain in the ass. Sometimes it's funny.
Mm.
Oh man, video games.
Video games, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's everything in games. I got back into Mass Effect 2. Fantastic game. I don't like the mining though, but it's fine. It gives me a chance to listen to podcasts. And I didn't even know because I haven't. I'm just starting to get back into the news. There's gonna be a new Mass Effect. There's not many details other than the trailer, but it doesn't seem like instead of Andromeda was such a big slap in the face to fans and just gamers in general. It looks like they're taking things back into this galaxy, and it's gonna continue this storyline instead of going off and doing something else, which is I'm happy with. Um, yeah, I think that's it for games. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
No, no. As I said, nothing else for me there. You know, it's video games. You know, they happen. We play them, and sometimes
Well,
good times are had.
what have you been playing just for fun? Like anything off stream?
Not really. Not really a whole lot.
Well,
Doing
no,
some
wait, no,
Madden.
no. You were playing. We were playing Town of Salem the other day.
Yeah, we did play that for a little bit. You know, we will hopefully be playing Mario Party soon on the Nintendo Switch Online dealio.
So you finally got the you
Yeah,
got I think I saw you got the subscription
yeah,
service back.
I got the expansion
So
again. It ran out at some
so
point. I didn't know, but I
so
got it again.
so I got the thing. Gopher was like crying. Oh man, I don't have no one to play Nintendo 64 with me. Like I was like, oh man, I said to myself, I like Nintendo 64. I have nostalgia for that. I will get it, and I will play games online with Gopher. And I'm like, Gopher, let's play a game online. And he's like, fuck you, man. I got rid of that shit. I ain't playing no fucking Nintendo
Well,
64
I tried to
with
load
you.
the thing up just to find out that my subscription had run out. I didn't know it had run out.
He's like, fuck you, John. I ain't playing no fucking. We ain't playing no Nintendo 64 game. No, those games look like shit. You just think they're great because you're nostalgic. We're playing Town of Salem instead. That's how he said it to me.
Yes, I said it exactly like that.
I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I'll play Town of Salem. I'll be Bird or Smurf. And I didn't win one game. I didn't win one game of Town of Salem.
He didn't.
He won like all the games. All of them.
This is true. It was a very dominating performance for me.
So
we didn't get any roles we could win together.
True. So Town of Salem, if anyone listening doesn't know, you're like
there's a game that's like not a video game, but like just a game people play that's like that it was based on that's like really popular, but I forgot what it was called. Mafia? Is it just Mafia?
Yeah, Mafia. Mafia came out in the 80s. It's based on that. So the idea is like around half the people are townies that the regular people that are living in town. The other half are the mafia who want to kill the town members.
Yeah.
And
it could be up to 4 mafia members, but then there's also like there could be like werewolves, serial killers, and then there could be like some that are sort of not on either side. Like amnesiacs could remember a different role of somebody else who died. Not executioners, survivors. Their whole goal is just to live. Yeah.
So the goal is like all your team members are the ones left at the end. Like if it's all town, they win. A survivor, if they have a survivor, they could win too. If it's all mafia, they win. If it's the serial killer, or an arsonist, or a werewolf left, they win. It's a little bit harder, but it's a lot cooler roles because you get to just kill people, and if people try to kill you, they can die.
Yeah, and then witch is really fun because you can win with any of the evil roles of the witch.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Other evil roles can't win together, but witch can win with any of them.
True. And let's see. I got the transporter scrolls. I didn't spend money on the game. I have enough fun with it. I just stack up on transporter scrolls because I like screwing around, like putting people in different places. I think that's the most fun thing to do in the game. What's your favorite role?
Probably witch. I have a lot of fun with witch, controlling people. You find out what their roles are. It could be a good time.
Must be the season of the witch.
Yeah. Season
Must
of the
be
Witch.
the season of the witch. I'm sorry. October just ended, but that song still it lives in my mind rent free.
Rent free. Not paying any rent.
And but I still gotta find out if Lana Del Rey's pussy tastes like Pepsi.
Yeah,
Is that
I've
what,
heard
is that
about
what
it.
the song says?
Yeah. I have heard that it does, in fact, taste like Pepsi Cola.
Oh man. So yeah, I lost every game. Um, I think one time I was a medium and I claimed Coven. That's another class
And
we could have had.
like, you can't even have COVID in the version we're playing because there's like a separate version for that. Nobody called him out on it. Like, Moose claimed COVID and nobody said anything.
Or I'm sorry, I say Coven. It's Coven.
Yeah.
Like I claim Coven. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, okay, he's Coven, or maybe there's just I don't know what happened, but it totally got ignored. Never brought up again, but I died later anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, town of Salem. Well, we're almost at the hour mark, so no TCM today. I think Gopher just didn't want this because he doesn't want to be punished for not knowing about movies.
True.
True. So let's do updates one more time. So you're cutting this short. What are you gonna be playing with Brandon? What are you recording after the podcast ends?
We're recording some more Kingdom Hearts 3. Should be doing the last Disney area of the game, which for us is going to be the Big Hero 6 world. So I'll be doing that after the stream. We'll be recording that, or after this recording. And then after that, we'll be streaming Naraka Blade Point, which will be our first time streaming that since, like, September. Didn't do it at all in October because it's not a spoopy game. So we'll be streaming some of that, which will have been streamed yesterday as of this going up. And then hopefully next we'll do Dark Souls 3 on Tuesday before I go see Wakanda Forever. That's coming. No, that's already out, but I'll be going to see that Tuesday night. So hopefully Jeff will be feeling all right, and we'll be able to start the Dark Souls 3 co-op. And then we'll be streaming again on Thursday. Me and Brandon will be streaming something, maybe Halo, possibly Halo. And then Friday, I'm starting Pokemon Violet. I almost said Scarlet. I'm starting Pokemon Violet on the channel. So yeah.
Oh, I forgot to ask. So why are you getting the Violet version instead of the Scarlet version?
I like the color more. I like purple more than red. Also, it's, from what I understand, the Scarlet one is meant to be more of like a prehistoric kind of look, kind of vibe, whereas the other one's meant to be more futuristic. And I'm not really big on either aesthetic, but the most recent there's a fucking garbage truck pulling up right as writing this.
Yeah.
The most recent Pokemon game was Arceus Legends, which is like a prehistoric kind of vibe. So I'm like, all right, since that one was prehistoric, I'll go with the futuristic one here.
Hell yeah. And as for me, www.joshuajhadley.com. Today I will be replacing the pens on the NESs I own. I got 3 of them, so there's plenty to go around. I'm gonna replacing the pins, and what that does is when you put the cartridge into the game and turn the power on, like if you just did it right now, the screen would blink and the power light would blink. It's really annoying. You can fix it by playing around with the cartridge, but like I remember like back 10 years ago, or no, 20 years ago, I'd be messing around with these in an hour. Sometimes it works, and by at that point, if it didn't, I'd just give up. A lot of times before that, but it sucks. But with these new pens, it'll work right away. These consoles, they just need to be cleaned. If your console's slow, you just open up. Sometimes you got cat hair or something, guys. We'll blow it out.
Gotta take care of that. I got Nintendo's furball.
Yep, true. And it's going up on www.joshuajhadley.com, and it will go up on Facebook. So if you're in the region, you could definitely find it there. That's all for my stuff. And this podcast goes up on YouTube every Saturday morning, and Spotify is a lot more sporadic because my internet freaking sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Freaking sucks. It's better. I was talking. You got a new member of your Discord from South Africa, and his internet is faster than mine.
Eh,
Dog damn.
dog damn.
It's rough out here. It's rough.
Yeah.
But
Well, when you
yeah,
eventually finally get to Texas, you'll have faster internet finally.
yep, true, true.
Hmm.
And we'll go to Texas, we'll go to Colorado, we'll get the psychedelics, we'll
Yes.
go to Cali, we'll make the millions of dollars that will mean nothing because inflation will have gotten so high up that it'll be like a couple thousand for a loaf of bread, like the Weimar Republic. We'll be entering the next Great Depression.
Yeah.
But that's it for now. Thanks for listening, and tune in again next week.
Goodbye.